line. And we had been running this play a couple of times earlier in short yardage against the Cowboys because they had developed that year a very strong short yardage defense, which we call the submarine technique. They literally, ladies and gentlemen, charged so low with their defensive linemen that you couldn't block them. All you could do is fall on them if you were an offensive lineman. That's serious. You couldn't block them. They were down that low. Except for one guy, and he was so tall he couldn't get down that low. Jethro Pugh was a heck of a defensive tackle. But he was so tall that when he charged, his angle was like this. And so we'd run it out of the field twice. We knew the play would work. So we get out on the goal line, and we want to score. And we're about a yard and a half out. And we run a play with a fullback, and the fullback slips and falls. It was called a wedge play. Excuse me, it's called a wedge play between our right guard and our center, where you create a wedge on one defensive guy on the other side. And that defensive guy was Jethro Pugh. Great tackle. But he was so tall that because of this technique that the Cowboys had developed that going into that game was submarine charging so low technique, he couldn't do it. As I said earlier, his charge angle was like this. So we knew we could get into him and knock him back with our center and right guard. We've done it out on the field 2 other times. Well, we get out on that goal line, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm not exaggerating, that goal line area was as hard and slick as your tabletops. It was unbelievable. So we call this wedge play to our fullback. Turn to give him the ball. He slips and stumbles and only gets back to the line of scrimmage. This fullback, almost maybe not even the line of scrimmage. So I reverse the formation a little bit, call the same play to the fullback, give it to him. Same thing, he slips and slides and just barely gets back just below the line of scrimmage. So I took a timeout. I asked the lineman, could you get your footing for one more wedge play? And they said yes. So I ran the side and I said, Coach, there's nothing wrong with the play. I said, the fullback is just slipping and sliding and can't get up there. And I said, I'm standing upright like this. I can just simply shift my weight and lunge in. Now, so help me God, this was Coach Lombardi's response. Then run it. Let's get the hell out of here.